Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay. Spawn on the south side as the Red Adder, we got Texto Dallas. Spawn on the north side as the Blue Moon Lash, we got twincliff. Did I say red? I mean Orange Star Adder. Yeah, my intro is not super great today, and so let's take a look. Of course, Lash does get plus 10% attack per defense star, so she gets a little bit of extra firepower. Generates 10% extra firepower for being on planes. There's a decent number of forests, so perhaps 20%. Forest properties provides 30, and mountains do provide 40. And there's actually a decent number of mountains here, as well as some plains. And plains on the this is more of a strong side, weak side mechanic. The weak side, you still have to capture both the bases. The weak side, you start off one, and the player two to start off additional infantry over there. And so the strong side is a slow start, but we'll of course have two bases. We got an airport down the corner, which can be provide pressure both sides. There is a lab map. Both the labs are pretty close by, so easy to catch them up, double up your lost condition. This map does also have 4 comm towers in the corners, so one of them's off its own little island. Port here with a bunch of shores, so possible ship play, double ports on this map. So perhaps more of a lander just try to sneak by over here, or probably a gunboat instead. Not gunboat, wrong Advanced Wars. Black boat. And that pretty much sums up the map as I can see. Guess we'll just go ahead and start going. Okay, I need to pull up the COs on another screen just in case I want to look them up. Well, I will pull them up right there and minimize it. But Lash and Adder are pretty easy to understand. You got +1 movement for his power, +2 movement for his superpower. Lash gives you perfect movement across terrain, so they're very similar to aspect, or in the fact hers is twice the cost, which is not great. And then of course she gets double defense stars. Both still of course get a +10/+10 for getting power and superpower. Tank flow by Adder here, I'm for a bit of aggression. This is the strong side for Adder, weak side for him. But there is a good number of mountains here, so these labs could be locked down. With this, maybe a few times where say a rocket wouldn't be half bad, because provide good coverage towards the center part there and help them lock down the weak side. I think on the weak side, it's safer to go for indirects. Whoa! I did not realize the Lash now has a Neo tank on the field. Whoa, I was not paying attention to that. So we got a very early Lash Neo tank. Of course, this tank's out of range. Adder's gonna be aggressive. We've got triple tank here. Lash only has a single tank. Trying to flip a property. The tank could try interrupting this one or stop this one. Pick one and die. Tanks push way forward. Black boat, early black boat deployed by Adder. Maybe a little bit too early, but it still allows him to perhaps try to get a sneaky landing towards that other comm tower. Lash picked up a comm tower, and Lash is being hyper aggressive with this Neo tank. This is the weak side. Battlecopter's here, so she won't get anti-air. I disagree with the artillery. I think she should have gone for anti-air with the battlecopter down here. She is bringing back down a battlecopter herself, so that's probably perfectly fine. Nice little wall there. The Neo tank will have to strike this tree if it wants to get any attack done, and we've got a reinforcing medium tank. This Neo tank could actually try to front switch up here. That's probably the best thing it could do. Engage the infantry there on top of the mountainside. Transport copter boat there. That's what most players can do. Not black boat, but go for a transport copter. Another Neo tank. I suppose they wait. It's high funds. Why did I miss that part? Okay, that makes more sense. Like how I was thinking regular funds this entire time. Okay, high funds makes a bit more difference. I was not paying attention to that part. My apologies. But still, double Neo tank is a lot of aggression. She just need to get 2 Neo tanks close by each other, then push through to get the artillery piece. Though getting a first strike on the medium tank's not half bad. course, she has her own artillery piece here and a light tank. Battlecopter ready to push on south. Lash is ready to punch through down here. She has a decent defensive bunch of tanks, but she may need to get out a rocket or artillery piece here. Both will be useful to prevent the advance over here. Another tank anti-air. No battlecopter. She's going to get overran a little bit there. But she does have 5 tanks, so maybe not. Or just the 3 tanks. Artillery's nice and all, but artillery's is more passive. Bit of a front switch there by Adder. Not bad. There's a lot of shores here, so a lot of traversable terrain. There's good strikes there. Lash does have a 2,000 income, so 1 property income lead. Now I've got a Neo Tank and a couple medium tanks here. Medium Tank's probably good for defense, since you don't have to rely on the high mobility for defense. Lash getting some good strikes there. Of course, 2 column towers, fire output's also pretty high. Lash is about to... Oh! Lash is making actually a bit of a big mistake. There's a reason why people say capture before you do any move your infantry, capture your properties before you do anything else, because she did lose out some firepower this turn, because that probably could have picked off this infantry unit because of that, and maybe got 1 more point of damage there. Mech here. Mech's way too slow in high funds, in my opinion. Neo Tank, Mech, and Battlecopter. Neo Tank heading up here. Got triple Neo Tank by Lash. Medium Tanks down here for artillery piece of support. Honestly, a rocket here wouldn't be half bad. It will zone out a lot of stuff in this region, though it would be hyper vulnerable to the Battlecopter, so perhaps not. Let's get first strike there. Adder has his power. Battlecopter gets a great strike there. Rotating forces down south for the winter. There's no Olaf for that part. Does enter the range of the artillery piece, picks up some outlying infantry units there, interrupts that capture. Adder could pop his power. I don't think he needs a superpower. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excuse me. So he won't need a superpower for this Neo Tank to strike this light tank. Pops the regular power. Wait for the overlay just to go away. Gets a good strike there, takes out infantry unit there. Mech gets a boost strike, so the mech was useful. Artillery one-shots the tank. With 2 column towers, fire output is high. Terrain tactics not available for Lash. There's a decent number of 4s to help pass through because of that. Gets a good strike on these various forces. Lash is pulling, or Adder's pulling back there. Another medium tank infantry. Lash has gone for a large number of Neo Tanks, that's for sure. Maybe a bomber is in order. She has a good amount of funds stored on up. That's just her day to day, because I always forget how much funds you get in high funds. Apparently the word high funds is not clear enough for me. Like mud. Pops the terrain tactics. Now she has perfect movement and double terrain stars. Anti-air charges way forward. Nukes the battlecopter. Easy one shot there. Gets the capture. Even takes a shot there with the regular tank on the battlecopter. Let's see now. Not bad. Even strikes the Neo Tank. Is that cost effective? It looks cost effective. 4,000 damage, took 3,000 in return. Yeah, probably fine enough. Tank, tank, Neo Tank. No bombers. Good strikes there on the anti-air. Neo Tank strikes the double or 4-star tank. Good strike there. The extra terrain stars is being useful. What? I think I missed on, yeah. 6 terrain stars is quite significant. Of course, Adder, yeah, probably expected luck roll with only getting 2 points of damage. And it does has his power available in case he needs a bit of extra mobility. Goes for a full bomber, anti-air mech infantry. Good strike there. It's knocked out many tanks. Interrupts the capture there. Lash is ahead by 4,000 income at the moment. And now Adder has full superpower. And maybe let's go for regular power, honestly. So he can follow up with another power next turn. It all depends if he needs that +1 movement. Which the number of medium tanks, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually doesn't even need a power to reach that range, that Neo tank. This one maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So can't range it. Maybe I'll range this tank there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll need a superpower to range that light tank. But let's see what it goes for. Goes for the Sidewinder. We also got a missile here. Bomber advancing. Mech. Artillery gets a good strike there. Of course, the mechs will get a lot of extra mobility. Adder mechs are actually feasible compared to most other COs. Takes the battlecopter. Medium tank. Maybe better to strike the Neo tank, honestly. But we'll try to knock out the artillery piece. Terrain tactics now available. This Neo tank should be able to range a Neo tank as well as this medium tank. Medium tank ranges the regular tank. Does hit that unit there. Battlecopter on battlecopter. Takes out the tank there. Has a prime tactics. I forgot how much power charge you get in high funds. The short answer is a lot. The long answer, twice the amount of power charge. Got a battlecopter, artillery piece, tank, mech. So here comes the superpower. Got some strikes there. Battlecopter and battlecopter. And here, moving down south. Or Neo takes quite a bit. Of course, got a bomber. She may need a fighter. Tanks moving around. A lot of light tanks here. This is our weak side. Got a reinforcing Neo tank. Got a couple Neo tanks here. She's not afraid on the range of the bomber. Just want to get the... I suppose the missile launcher, the perfect move is going to help out the missile launcher push forward. But won't be able to protect the Neo tanks from the bomber. Tank, Neo tank. No fighter. Bomber nukes the Neo tank. Of course, Lash has a bunch of light tanks up here. There's now 2 Neo tanks pressuring her, so she may need to get a bomber to help stabilize the region. Or maybe there's more battlecopters. Let's see. Battleship, that's what got deployed on the field. Maybe trying to zone up the bases. Actually, a battleship's actually possibly feasible on this map. Does have the, what, 6 tile range? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Days Ruins 5, but can move and shoot. So 6 tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could it only zone out one base? Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if a battleship parks right here, it can zone out both bases, but probably in striking range of 1 turn sub. I don't really know Navy all well in Days of Ruin, or not Days of Ruin, in Advanced Wars by Web. Resupplies infantry there. Goes for a bomber there. That would be very useful down south. Neo tanks pull back. Bomber will not be able to range the missile. But the battleship, I think it actually could be pretty useful. She may need to get a sub. Maybe the bomber's going to head down south and strike the battleship. I'm not sure. We got a Neo tank there. Was that a fresh Neo tank? And a bomber this turn. She must have had a bit of fun, sort of. Then again, 44,000 will allow her to produce 2 of those. I always forget about how much money can high funds. Takes out that one, no problem. Still think she needs to get a fighter. Battleship advancing. Another Neo tank, artillery mech. Bombers heading down south for the winter. Good battle copter strike there. Get some damage on the infantry unit. Missile creeping its way forward. Staying out of range of the bomber. Though to be honest, if putting in range the bomber would allow an anti-air to get a first strike onto it. There's the fighter. She can also go, yep, Neo tank, infantry, and infantry. Bomber heading up north, strikes the Neo tank, knocks it out effectively. Another first strike the Neo tank, pops a Sidewinder, eyeing for a push forward. And these medium takes down range of Neo tanks, so could see some good work done here. Battlecopter gets a first strike of Battlecopter. Neo tank finishes off Neo tank. Mech strikes anti-air. Mech strikes tank. Battlecopter strikes Neo tank. Interrupts the capture. Prime tactics now available once again. But Adder is starting to get pretty sizable advantage. He sells day-to-day income. But he's effectively a turn ahead up to this one time, or getting close to it. Goes for his own fighter. Battleship advancing and has great coverage here. Lash could pop out a rocket, and with 6 terrain stars, it would be hard to displace a rocket with a battleship. But counter-attacking would result in base locking yourself. Bomber needs to head down south. Anti-air takes out that unit there. Pops the prime tactics. Neo tank's good strike there. Not going for any more medium tanks. Does get a good strike there. Light tank falls up. Gets an interrupt on the infantry. Bomber going for the battleship. That's probably the best course avenue. Maybe not go. Then battleship's going to have a free reign of choosing any of these Neo tanks. She can go for anything with these bases. It's not locked down. There's other priority targets. And plus, whatever he strikes on a base would have 6 terrain stars. So just strike one of the Neo tanks. You don't have to worry about not deploying something out here. Transport copter heading down south. Both players have not captured their secondary labs, so we could see a lab capture started. Artillery, tank, Neo tank, nothing at the airport. Nice little block there. The bomber will have trouble striking the battleship with the hit there. And the battleship did pull back away from the front line as well, so no damage there. The battleship did not pay for itself. Neo tank, infantry, mech straightforward. Another Neo tank, battlecopter, infantry, anti-air. 47,000 started up by Lash, which is enough for a pair of Neo tanks if she so choose. But may need to get something down here. Fighters in range of the bomber. Takes it out, thanks to the comm towers. Easy kill. Takes out what the bomber could. Of course, got anti-airs to have to be careful about. Lash is starting to get some good presence down here. The battleship probably have to strike one of these Neo tanks. I don't think falling back any further is going to be very useful. The bomb's just zoning out the battleship. You now have a Sidewinder here, though. Let's see. If somehow this Neo tank and the infantry goes down, I believe the fighter would be in range of the bomber. That's a little bit of high demand taking out a Neo tank right now. And we may see the power or superpower. Maybe best just go for regular power. Let's see what he goes for. Goes for a battleship strike and hits the resign button rather than power superpower. This Anchorage saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.